Matt with Matt's HackRods here. It's going to be a little bit different video for me. A little bit different thing to do in general. I haven't really made YouTube videos before, but I just want to start out by kind of giving you guys an idea of what this channel itself is going to be about. I'm not really out making these YouTube videos to make money, really. I mean, if it ends up happening in the future, that's fine. But really, what I'm looking forward to is just kind of documenting my work on classic cars. I've grown up working on classic cars my whole life, and it's something I'm passionate about, and I thought I might as well just start sharing that with everybody. It's definitely something I never thought I'd be doing, and it's definitely not something I'm going to have a lot of time to do. I do have a full-time job, but it's something I'm going to kind of do on the side. I just want to kind of start out with saying the idea of where this channel came about was a conversation between me and my dad. We were kind of just talking about how we have a lot of classic cars in this house. Currently we have 5 sitting at the house, and we've done a lot of work on the cars together, and might as well start documenting it at this point, because some point in the future you're going to want to look back at all the work that you've done on these cars, you know? And so the idea with all of this is going to be just making videos of the day-to-day work that I do on these cars. We have a 62 Nova wagon, which is my car. It is my first car, and I got it back in 2019, and I have had it since then. I did have it running and driving for quite a while, but now it's here in our shop because it's time to do some serious upgrades on it. Behind me we have my dad's 64 Chevy Nova SS. That's his car that he's had since he was a teenager. That's his first car as well. We both have those in the shop right now. Up at the front of the house we have my mom's 56 Buick Century. We just recently got that. It's a fully original Survivor car, running, driving, registered, all that. I mean, we have no problem running it around town. It does need a little bit of work done on it. And then we also have a 58 Pontiac Chieftain, which by far needs the most work out of all of our vehicles, but it's definitely going to be a project, and you'll probably see some videos on that here eventually. And the most recent purchase that we have is our 63 Rambler American 330. I'm giving you guys an idea of what the vehicles we have are, mainly because that gives you an idea of what videos you might see coming out. Because I'm not just going to stick to one car and be all videos on one type of car. That's not the point of this channel. I just want to work on all of our cars that we have and see them get some work done on them and see them be recorded and documented. Currently I'm sitting in our shop that we have in our backyard right now. I think the first thing I need to start out with is we haven't worked in this shop for a little while now. It's been getting dusty and pretty messy in here, and that's mainly just because we've been really busy, not really having the time to do so. So the rest of this video mainly is going to be me cleaning up the shop. You guys are going to see a time lapse of that here in a few minutes. And I'm going to clean up the shop and kind of set up my workspace for the shop. You know, workspace to show you guys along the way of how I work on these cars and the work that I need to do on these cars and stuff like that. This isn't going to be some, movie theater level quality video. It's going to be me making videos, having fun, and not really caring what other people think about the videos. I'm going to do my best to record them as well as I can, and quality may not always be the best, but it's about as good as I can do. So the main goal today is to finally clean up the shop, kind of get a good starting point to where I have a free space to work on the vehicles, work on the things I need to work on, and have all the tools at my hands. So I'm going to go ahead, show you guys around here in just a second, and kind of show you what I'm looking at with the shop and what kind of needs to be done with the shop. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys around the shop a little bit. This is kind of what it looks like right now. I would definitely say a little bit messy, but it's kind of how it's been for a little bit. You work on a project, you kind of get parts strewn everywhere, and then you never get around to actually cleaning it back up. This is the motor for my dad's car, and this is my dad's car right here that I was telling you guys about. This is his 64 Chevy Nova SS. He's had this thing pretty much most of his life now, and this is the one I grew up working on that kind of started my passion for working on classic cars. And then you see right here, this is my little gem right here. This is my 62 Chevy Nova wagon. She's a very nice car, but she's got her dents and dings. The current work that I'm doing on this is rebuilding the whole front suspension. I'm going to be doing airbag suspension with 2-inch drop spindles. I'm doing a full Mustang 2 front conversion with front disc rear drum brakes, high ratio rack and pinion steering, and just kind of going from there. This is something I haven't ever really done before, so I'm learning as I go, working on this car. But this is the shop that we have. This is kind of the space that we have. It's nothing crazy, no, super high quality tools or shop equipment. It's just kind of what we have, doing what we do with what we got. That's kind of why I call this channel HackRods, because really it's a play off the idea of hot rods, but these are our HackRods. They're our little hot rods. We kind of, let's be honest, hack together, because you know what? The whole point is just to get these cars running and driving back on the road. They're never going to be perfect. They're never going to be some SEMA-ready vehicle, but they're going to be our cars, and that's really what matters. Currently, this is what you're probably going to hear in the background. This is the only heat I have in the shop, so if you see me wearing multiple layers, it's because it's pretty freaking cold in here. Otherwise, I'm just going to show you around a little bit. This is just kind of what we have in the shop. We have years and years worth of collected tools and parts. You have all the parts to rebuild my car sitting in the back of the car. This is some of the work that I've gotten done in it. I've repainted the interior, done carpet work, all that kind of stuff. This is the front seat for the car, and this is some excess wiring I have for the car. Then you have my dad's car as well. Again, years of gathered parts and tools for the car. None of it personally is actually going to be perfect, but you know what? That's kind of the way we like it. So I'm going to go ahead, set up this camera, and set up a time lapse for you guys of me just cleaning all this up, and then show you what it looks like afterwards. So I got the toolboxes cleared off, at least as good as I need to for now. Got the workbench cleared off. I'm going to go ahead and pile up all the tools in one spot and organize them. I didn't get much done with the floor of the shop just yet, so I'm going to do that here in a minute as well. It's taking a little bit longer than I'm wanting to. I got some things I got to do, but I'm going to go ahead and gather up all my tools. See, there's another pile of tools right there. And just kind of clean up this mess. My dad always told me that the best way to start working on things is by starting to organize your tools, and obviously I haven't been that great at it because, well, as you can see, there's tools kind of scattered all over the shop, but you live and learn. So I might as well start now. Just gather all the piles, put them together, and well, go from there. Alright, so you guys kind of get the gist of what I'm doing here. I have mainly like electrical plug-in lights, that kind of just random stuff set up here. I have my pliers, clamps, stuff set up here, screwdrivers and such, hammers, wrenches, and that style stuff, like wrenches, Allen wrenches, crescent wrenches, that kind of stuff, sockets, and then miscellaneous tools that need their own like specific place to go. Alright, so I showed you guys the pile of tools and how I sort them out. It's something my dad actually taught me, is just to get them into their separate piles and then go from there, putting them back in the toolbox and stuff like that. I recommend doing it that way if you're going and cleaning up your shop. It really helps you kind of get a good basis of where to start, so when you do start working on things, you kind of get all your tools put away, so that when you're trying to look for that one wrench, you know exactly where it is in the toolbox. I know you guys aren't going to want to watch the rest of this nitty-gritty organization stuff. I mean, I wouldn't watch it myself. I'm going to go ahead and finish putting all the tools away, getting all this kind of cleaned up, finish just putting them in the toolbox, getting the piles, looking through the rest of the shop, because I guarantee there's tools everywhere in the shop. I mean, under the cars, in the cars, around the cars, there's tools everywhere. Anyways, So what I'm gonna do is finish cleaning that all up. I'm probably gonna just finish the floors and stuff like that on my own. I'll show you kind of what the shop looks like afterwards. Don't be too picky about it, or don't be yelling at me, oh, it's not clean enough or whatever. I mean, this is how I like to organize my tools. You got your own way of doing it, I got my own way of doing it. But, well, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and finish that kind of stuff up and kind of go from there. All right, so I finally got the shop cleaned up. Took a good bit longer than I wanted. It's not perfect yet, but I got most of the tools put away that were on the workbench over here. Still got a few piles to sort through of just kind of random miscellaneous parts and stuff and tools. Got the floors mostly swept up. Got everything pretty well cleaned off. Took, like I said, a little bit longer, but I got it all nice and cleaned up for now, at least. All right, so that'll go ahead and end this video here. I got the shop pretty well cleaned up, like I said. Kind of got me a good starting point of when to work on the vehicles and how to work on the vehicles. Gave me room to work on the vehicles now. I have no plans for when the next video will be out, or when even this video will be out. I'm just trying to kind of get things recorded and set up, trying to get used to this. I'm very new to it, and so this is kind of something I got to get used to too. I'm going to be working most of the weeks, mostly through the week, and I don't know, when the next video will come out, but I do have work that is planned to be done on these vehicles, which means when that work is going to be done is when a new video will be coming out. I'm trying to get a little more comfortable with recording the videos and just trying to kind of record what I'm doing along the way as I work on the vehicles themselves. Other than that though, this will wrap up the video. I hope you guys do enjoy it and just leave some feedback for me of kind of how the video was received.